Are you ready? Okay. Hi everyone. Yes, welcome back to Amy's Trading Journals. Today is 21st December 2020, Thursday, and it's Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to all of you. And for today, about the market weather, my comment is Trump's threat of relief package denial. It's a flash of cloud catching our eyes. And for US market today, we have this auto parts maker called Magna. The price is soared last night. So how to capture this kind of soaring? And for on the other hand, for Singapore market today, we have seen Sarine Tech and Food Empire, the upward momentum quite strong. And last night, I already have paid attention to these two stocks, and also Capital Corp. I forgot to put it here. Also for Capital Corp, these are the three stocks I have spotted yesterday after the market closed, and I feel that today the performance might be quite strong, and turned out that really my judgment was right. Okay, so later I share with you why I feel they are good, and from the performance of these three stocks, Capital Corp, Sarine Tech, and Food Empire, we can tell or we can know the code for bullish stocks. Okay, so the last part is for individual stock diagnosis. So yesterday I saw some people put some stocks in the comment zone, but I already told you, if you want me to diagnose your stocks, you need to WhatsApp me. This is my WhatsApp number, 6592312307. Okay, so let's begin. About the market performance. Oh, okay. So before that, still I need to make this disclaimer to all of you. So all stocks mentioned in the video are for the purpose of demonstration and education, not recommendation. Investors should be aware of the risks involved in stock trading and take full responsibilities for their own tradings. Okay, so let's check the market performance last night. Last night was interesting again because the three indexes disagree with each other again, but this time Nasdaq is the one who dropped, and the other two are the ones who went up last night. Okay, so it's the opposite to that of the day before yesterday. Okay. Okay, so for Nasdaq, we see the price a drop not much, just a sideways there, right? Okay, so because we also have the news. The news is said that Trump has threatened to deny the coronavirus relief package, which has been approved by the Congress several days ago, right? So this is a 900 billion relief package, but late Tuesday, Trump has said that he would likely to deny this package. He refused to sign it. So of course we don't know the final results. We don't know in the end whether he would sign the package. But now he's threatening not to sign it. So this is of course not very good news for the stock market, right? And on the other hand, apart from this news, on the other hand, we have the possible Brexit deal, right? That would be reached between EU and UK. So for this news, it would be good. So for the performance last night, why the US market, three indexes, the performance mix again? Because we now have both good news and bad news again about the market performance. So the struggle between the bulls and the bears still quite strong, and that's why we have the market now still at the balanced state. Neither the bears nor the bulls can beat the other. So balanced state. So means we are still under the uncertain situation. Not sure whether or not the possible correction would come. And even if the correction comes, not sure whether it would be a forceful, bigger scale correction or just a short-term, smaller correction. But what we do know is the benchmark we have mentioned for many times, the Tai Chi signal. As long as the top of this yellow Tai Chi can hold, for US, the upward momentum is still quite strong. It's still quite healthy. Medium-term to long-term uptrend, no problem. But if price drop below the level here, at least it will be in short-term correction or sideways there. Or if the price can even drop below the bottom, that will be a bigger scale correction. So we just need to focus on the key levels here, okay, based on the previous yellow Tai Chi signal. This is for Nasdaq. And then for S&P 500, it went up just a bit, not so much. Oh, okay, so yes, just a small rise. And the price just sideways there. Not making a decision which direction it would choose. And also we have mentioned the support, which would be the previous upward gap here. All right, so this level if can hold, so should be no problem for S&P 500. If the price drop below the gap area here, it might be a significant correction here, okay? And then for Dow Jones, okay, Dow Jones also sideways there, went up a bit, just a bit. Okay, so in summary, the US market now still in the sideways area for short term. Not sure which direction the market would finally choose because we have good news and bad news mixed here, right? So we still need to keep a close eye on it. So our best strategy is if you you do want to trade or want to buy stocks, make sure your position not that heavy. That's one thing. The other thing is always stick to the strong stocks. The strong stocks with a lot of big boys take control. This kind of stock, you will always be quite safe. Okay, that's about the market performance. And then today I want to share with you one stock called Magna. What this Magna business is, this Magna is a New York security company. Magna International, the ticker is MGA, okay? So this stock, we have the news that it is setting up a US dollar $1 billion joint venture with the other company called AOG, which is a Korean company. So they are setting this joint venture called AOG Magna Powertrain. Okay, so they have this Magna is cooperating with AOG to set a $1 billion joint venture called AOG Magna Powertrain. This joint venture will manufacture e-motors, inverters, and also onboard chargers. Okay, because Magna itself is an auto parts maker. Okay, and you will know that this is also about EV stocks, electrical vehicle, which is the hot spot for the current US market. Yes, and do you remember yesterday I mentioned about faced with the uncertainties caused by the COVID-19 virus variant? And also now we have Trump's denial of the relief package. We have a lot of uncertain factors here. Market is some sort of uncertain here. So where is the heaven? You should still remember I mentioned where is the heaven. I have mentioned three different sectors, and one of them is EV sector, right? So electrical vehicles. And we see last night this stock Magna, it gave us the big upward gap. It's a big soaring by 9%. Okay, it's a 9% soaring here, and maybe this big soaring is partly caused by the news about this joint venture, right? And okay, so even if we don't know the news, if we don't know the news, but if you have come across this stock, then you will know this one has the potentiality. Why? Because just checking multicolor dragon here in the second window, we know that ever since here, that is 7th October, right? Ever since 7th October, the red bar here representing the big boys has reached 50%, and after that the big boys have remained almost most of the time above 50 for a while, and this is what we called the bankers take control, right? Bankers take control is the bullish type. Okay, so this is one thing. By checking multicolor dragon, we know this share has great potentiality in future. This is one thing. And the other thing is we have the sideways here last for already a while, right? So ever since 9th November until now, roughly 1 month and a half, the price is roughly speaking sideways there, especially after 24th November until now, that's around 1 month, right? The price is sideways there. So after this sideways, narrow sideways area, the day before yesterday, we have the price break up the sideways platform. Of course, if you check homely rainbow, the trend for long term, for medium term should be upwards. The price should be above the yellow lines because this one controlled by big boys. The upward momentum is quite strong, right? And this is by checking multicolor dragon and also by checking homely rainbow and the sideways platform lasting for 1 month, we know this share has a great potentiality. And actually, this kind of pattern is the code for a lot of bullish stocks. And later, I will continue to check the Singapore stock Sarine Tech, and also the other one, right? I mentioned at the very beginning. So these stocks, they have the same pattern. This actually is the code for bullish stocks. Let me repeat again. The code for the bullish stocks, for many bullish stocks, would be big boys take control stably above 50% for a long time with no retailers at all, or maybe just a bit retailer but can disappear very soon. Just a bit is tolerable. Okay, this is the one condition. The second condition is the price is in a narrow sideways area for a while. The longer the sideways area lasts, the better. Okay, so then the third condition is, yes, the price break up the sideways platform. And if you check the short-term buy and sell signals, you realize that this is the first recycle. We don't have the confirmation to buy immediately, and the day before yesterday, That is the confirmation to buy. Okay, so if you have been monitoring this one, you have spotted this one, or you have filtered in this comprehensive technical filter platform, we can get it if you filter it. Let's say on 16th December, when we have the first recycle, you do the filter, you will be able to get it. Okay, and you keep monitoring. On 22nd December, you can buy in. On that day, you buy in, and last night you successfully capture this 9% of handsome profit. Although you may not know about the news that is setting up this joint venture with another company to produce the electrical vehicle parts. It just produce the parts, not the car, the electrical vehicle itself. Just the parts for electrical vehicles. Okay. So yes, this is how we can capture the profit ahead of the news, because the truth is, for stock investment, when you have known the news, it's already late. The price already sold, or the price already dropped. So it's too late to act if you act after the news. How can we let's say act ahead of the news? Buy in or sell earlier ahead of the news. Check the candlestick chart. Why? Because according to Dow theory, the candlestick chart, or the price, let's say the price actions, the market actions, it discount everything. Whatever factor that may result in the drop or the rally, they have already been incorporated in the chart. There will be some let's say some signals or signs before the price go up or before the price drop. We can always get some such kind of alert before the rally or before the drop by checking this. Yes, this chart here, effective breakthrough of the sideways platform with big boys take control. Yes, this is the alert signal here. You enter that day, you will catch this rally here. Okay, so this code for bullish stocks not only applicable for US market but also for other markets. Any market you find this kind of pattern, you will be able to catch quite handsome profit. Of course, it's easy to find some sideways stocks. It's easy to find a sideways stock, a stock with sideways platform, but it's not easy to know whether or not it has the big boys take control. And that is why multi-color dragon is so important for this bullish pattern here. You need to make sure that this share has a lot of big boys, more than 50%, even 75%, quite stably for a while. That's the key, for this pattern here. And also, you need to know whether or not it has retailers. No retailer, that would be the best. If there is still some retailer, then maybe it would not be that bullish, or it may not go up immediately. And remember, recently I also mentioned one Singapore share called Avoga. You still remember, right? So the reason I mentioned this, that's because when the day we have the long bullish candle here, we have the retailers gone completely, and the big boys has reached 50%. And before that, we also have a long time sideways area, and the price break up. Okay, it break up the narrow sideways platform, and that's why I mentioned Avoga that day, right? But what we see is after that, yes, the retailers appear again the following day, and I also told you should check the half level, right? the half level of this long bullish candle here, we see the price yesterday it has already dropped below the half level. Means what? It may not go up immediately. So today I saw that the price also dropped a bit, but I also mentioned that for this one, our stop loss should be the yellow lines of homely rainbow or the first white circle in future, because the first white circle and the yellow rainbow lines, they are at the same price level. If the price drop below the yellow lines, also the circle would turn white at the same time. So you take either standard to stop loss. This one still may have the hope if the price can go back above the half level of this long bullish candle here. I believe by then the retailers would disappear again, the big boys would increase again, and that might be the time that the price gave us a big rally, because the pattern here also is considered as a beautiful pattern, a bullish pattern, the code for the bullish stocks. Only that now we're waiting for the retailers disappear and the price can go back above the half level of this long bullish candle, and we need the retailers disappear. Okay, so that is for Evergrande, and then we continue to check this Sarine Tech. Okay, so after that you will understand why yesterday after market closed I have picked this Sarine Tech. I picked it because last night when market closed I spotted that the price break up the sideways platform, narrow sideways platform lasting for already roughly 2 months, right? Roughly 2 months, and we see no retailer, the big boys increase. We also see the purple line inside the red bar already is turning upward. This pattern is quite beautiful last night, yesterday when market closed. So I was thinking that this one today might be quite strong, and it turned out to be too strong. If we check U77, okay, it's a 9% rally. It used to be more than 10%, you see? Okay, so means what? If you a homely member, all right, and you have spotted like what I have done last night, this stock, then today the market open, you already can buy in. You buy in, you just easily catch this 900% profit in just one day. Okay, yes, this is, yes, what our homely members are doing every day. Because for me, I cannot show you all the chances, all the bullish stocks in my video every day. So if you already have the software in your computer yourself, you can do it yourself. You don't have to rely on my videos to catch such kind of bullish stocks and yes, handsome profit here. You see, it's exactly the same pattern, right? As the Magna. Okay, for Magna, of course, we have the news, the good news. But even if we don't know the news, you still can catch it. And for Sarine Tech, I didn't check. I don't know whether or not we have good news for this Sarine Tech. But yesterday, when market closed, I just know this one would be quite good today by checking the bullish pattern here. Okay, yes, and then the other one is what is that? I sort of forget. Oh yes, Food Ampere, right? And Food Ampere, and also the other one is Cable Corp. If we check Food Ampere F03, you check same pattern. This is until this is just for until yesterday, right? It's not today's performance, not here. It's the end of this software. We also see the sideways platform, right? Sideways platform. Yesterday when the market closed, the price already above the sideways platform. Also, cleared the previous high, right? The previous high is here. The price also managed to clear the previous high. And we see the big boys. Yes, for this one, it's not a very typical pattern here, because the big boys yesterday is not so much. It's just a small amount, even less than 25%. But this one, I was thinking that it may have the potentiality if in near future the big boys can increase to be at least more than 25%, right? And today, this morning when I was checking, it went up. I don't know whether or not it's still up now. Okay, we have a long upper shadow. Now the price is still up a bit, but not much. The reason is not as strong as the Sarine Tech, because for Sarine Tech, the big boys already take control. If you go back to make a comparison here, big boys already take control, stably above 50%. This is the typical pattern here, the code for the bullish stocks. But for this food and pair, the only default is the big boy is not yet that strong. It's still less than 25%. But this one can keep monitoring. If in near future the big boys can increase to be more than 25%, this one also may give us the rally. But of course, it's not as strong as the Sarine Tech. Okay, yes. So this is the bullish pattern, and here is one other stock also give us the similar pattern called Cable Corp. Okay, so for Cable Corp, it's a bit different than the Sarine Tech, because what? The price currently is still below the white lines of Homely Rainbow. We see for long term, it's still in downtrend. We see a reverse to long-term bullish until the price can successfully break up the first white line here. Of course, it has the potentiality to reverse to long-term bullish to give us the birth of a dark horse, right? Because we have the big boys now, more than 50%, quite stably for a while. Retailers already gone days ago, and this is the first recycle. We can see this is the confirmation. Of course, at this moment, the resistance at the white line very strong. If you are the conservative type, maybe you want to wait until the price can really stand above the first white line here. But if you are the aggressive type, maybe you can just enter on that day. And recently, the price just sideways because the resistance very strong, right? But as long as the big boys can increase or can remain so strong, the probability will be very high for the price to break up the white line, because energy is the power, money is the power that push the price up. With big boys take control, we have sufficient supply of energy, sufficient supply of money, right? Okay, so if we check today, the performance today for Cable Corp BN4. Okay, so seems like it's trying to break up the white lines of Homely Rainbow. It's still struggling here, right? Can keep a close eye on it, because currently the pattern looks promising, right? Yes. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you today. And do you have stocks to diagnose today? And remember, yesterday I already mentioned, if I continue to have just 1 or 2% diagnosed stocks, I may consider to remove the individual stock diagnosis segment. Okay, so if you want me to keep it, you need to let me know. I need your feedback. Okay, without feedback, in near future, I will remove it. Okay, so today I have got, yes, 2 stock. Okay, so one is NNMD. Let's check this NNMD. what is this? NMD, US stock, NMD. Oh, no, NMD. I didn't get the stock here. Maybe you can tell me the name of this stock, because I input NMD. I don't get any results. NMD. So this friend, please kindly provide me the name of this stock, which stock market it belongs to. All right, we can check the second one first. The second one is EVGN, right? EVGN. EVGN. Iwagin Ltd. Nasdaq. Okay, so this stock, yes, yesterday we have the big boys increase sharply to be more than 75%. And also the price break up the previous high. It cleared the previous high. Of course, if you check the very high, the long upper shadow here, yesterday the price just tried to break up, but drop again because we have some sort of resistance at the previous high here. But this pattern here, it looks good. But the problem for this stock, okay, we have problem for this stock. The problem is this one, the price is too cheap. It's just a $5. Okay, so for a $5 stock, it's a small capital stock, no doubt, right? This kind of stock, usually for medium term to long term potentiality cannot tell very clearly. Although you see the big boys now above 50%, right? But it's not that reliable. If you see for Apple, the big boys more than 50%, that will be very, very reliable. But if you see a penny stock or a very cheap stock with big boys more than 50%, it may not be that reliable, because big boys, they only have to spend a small amount of money to take control of this stock, because the capital is small one, right? But if you want, the big boys want to take control of the big capital stock like Apple, their cost would be gigantic. So that's why if you see for the big capital stocks, the big boys more than 50%, the rally would last for medium term to long term, because the cost for the big boys is gigantic. They will not leave before they can make a very gigantic profit. But for this kind of penny stock or cheap stocks, so the big boys only have to spend a small amount of money to take control. Their cost would be a small amount. If their cost is small, they're just satisfied with a small amount of profit. They can take profit after once they have some profit, right? So for this kind of penny stocks, how long the rally can last cannot tell. But for short term, of course, you check multicolor dragon, you still can know the momentum. For short term to medium term, let's say, you still know the momentum, and also combine with the homely rainbow, right? So currently, yes, last night is the first red circle above the yellow lines of homely rainbow, and we have the big boys increase sharply. That's good pattern, and you have to wait for the confirmation, because we mentioned previous high, some sort of resistance. If the price unable to break up, it's possible that the price might drop first, because now the price is still a bit far away from the red circle here. So in near future, the price is possible might drop first to touch the red circle below. If get support, can turn upward again, maybe that's a better entry point, because your entry point would be lower. But now, after the rally last night, the price is very high, just around the previous high resistance level. You want to jump into it immediately tonight, it may be not that safe for short-term trading, just for short-term, okay? I think better we can keep monitor this one to see whether the price can break up, the resistance, or it would drop first to get support below at the future recircle. Then we will see whether or not we should enter. Okay, so this one, in conclusion, it has the potentiality, but we need to wait for the confirmation, and also it has the possibility to drop first because resistance of the previous high, and currently the price is far away from the recircle. When the price is far away from close price, close price is far away from the recircle, the price tends to drop to touch the circle. The circle is like a magnetic to drag the price down. Okay, so that's the regularity for some details for application of this re-unwind circle. Maybe previously I didn't mention much, but it's very important and very practical application for re-unwind circle. If you're a homely member, yes, you should learn this. Okay, okay, and the first stock is called the name is called NNDM, right? NNDM, nano dimension. This one, by checking the name, I don't know about this stock, right? But by checking the name, I feel that it's related with EV sector. Does it belong to the EV sector? You can I think maybe it is the EV sector. Just checking the name, dimension. Okay. And okay, so yes, this one we have the price now above the yellow lines for medium term, long term uptrend, no problem. And we have big boys has been quite stable around 75%, at least can quite stable about 50. For 75, not that stable, but still, yes, roughly around 75. That's okay. And the price here gave us the first recircle several days ago, 18th December. That's the first recircle. Following day, that's the confirmation. We can buy earlier before the market close, right? When market close is already very high. When you see the price open, just shoot up, you can enter earlier. Because you already know the high price for the first recircle, you can just queue in ahead of time, slightly higher than the high price for that day. The high price is $7.29, right? So maybe you can just queue around $7.30 or $7.35. Then the following day, the transaction would be done automatically, right? Okay, so you will be able to enter. And yes, now we keep holding this one. But if you say you want to chase after it, so that is not my type. I'm not saying that if you chase, the price mustn't go up in future. But my principle, my trading principle is most of the times I will not chase after the rally. If I have missed the best entry point, I will just wait for another entry point, or I will just pick some other stocks happen to be the best entry point, because the US market, it never lacks good stocks with big potentiality in future. We only have to let's say stick to the effective method, to effective screening method to find this kind of stock and to trade based on the effective trading system. Okay. Of course, for this one, it's also a bit cheap stock. It's now $8, around $8, less than $10. US stocks, most of them, if it's less than $10, most of them may not be very good choices. Of course, we have some exceptions, and for this one, by judging by the multicolored dragon, you can say this is an exception because the big boy is quite strong, and the candlesticks, the pattern looks regular. This is the regular pattern here, so this one we can say it is still worth considering. And if you follow the trading principle, you have entered, okay, on 21st December. Okay, it's just to keep holding to wait for the sell point for short term, which is the white circle in future. Okay, so this is about this nano dimension. Okay, so I think we only have 2 stock for today to diagnose, right? So I think that's all for today. Of course, don't forget about the seminars open for public. If you are not yet Homely member, you want to know further about the Homely training courses or about the Homely software, this coming Saturday Saturday in the morning we have one seminar in English, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. In the afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m., that's one seminar in Mandarin. Same topic, different lecturer, different language. So if you want to attend any of these 2 seminars or you want to attend both of these seminars, you can WhatsApp me your name and the sessions you want. So this is my WhatsApp number, 65923123007. Okay, so guys, that is all for today. So I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.